Right, welcome back to another video. This is another S3 video. We got loads to get through in this video, so...
Well, let's crack on. Don't say crack, Jez, yeah? Because you saying crack makes me think about crack, and I love crack.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, let's get on with the video.
All right, so the Forge diverter valve has arrived. Recirculation valve, diverter valve, same thing. Went for the chrome one, just to be cool. Didn't want a black one. Right, yeah, it comes with a couple of springs. And it says here, spare springs included in this kit are intended for use inside the valve when the ECU's been mapped. So, we don't actually know if this car's been mapped or not. So, I'm gonna run it with the standard spring first and just see what happens and yeah, go from there really. So, it's not gonna take long to fit this. So, let's get on and chuck it in. Okay, so this kit comes with different springs, 3 different springs. So I've just looked it up. This is for 5 to 15 PSI. This is 15 to 25. This is like 25 upwards. So I think we're gonna, well, I'm gonna replace the spring. I'm gonna use the yellow spring just because this has got a little bit more oomph than 225. It's got to be. So I'm going to start off with the yellow one, and then if it's not right I can take it out and put the green one back in. But yeah, I'm just going to swap the spring over now and then get on and fit it. Tell you what though, good job this came with a fitting kit, because otherwise how would I know how to undo some Jubilees? It's kind of the most pointless instruction manual I've ever seen in my life. Undo 2 Jubilees. Remove valve, fit new one, do Jubilees up. Yeah, it's not exactly rocket science. Right, well there he is fitted. Can't actually test drive it yet because the exhaust needs sorting, but this has just arrived. I do believe this is my downpipe. So, tell you what, we'll open that up and have a look. Right, so yes, it is the downpipe and decap pipe. Get this out one-handed. Bit of a tricky job this, that. I'm gonna hold it in my mouth. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll see how it fits. Right, there is a small issue here with this downpipe. It's made, so it's 3" from the front into the original 2.5, but this Miltech is 2.75. So yeah, it ain't gonna fit. So you have to probably cut this off and then weld a bit of sort of step down for a 2.75. So 3" to 2.75, not to 2.5. So bit of a pain. As the downpipe's here and car's on the ramp, we're just gonna fit the downpipe before we actually do any paid work, just because I want to. So we're gonna crack on now, get this downpipe on. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a bit of a pig to fit. You can just sort of see a bolt over here. Yeah, it's gonna be quite fun to get on this downpipe, I think. Right, I think what we're gonna do, we just had a little chat, I think we're gonna take the drive shaft out because it needs a boot anyway, and it's gonna allow quite a bit more arm access up into, get to that downpipe that won't focus, bloody thing. Yeah, so we're gonna whip the drive shaft out and sort that, and then hopefully a bit more access for the downpipe. Right, so the drive shaft's now out. We're just gonna remove this heat shield here. We can see the bolts there, just to get a bit more access up through there. Through there. Hopefully then we can get to these downpipe bolts. Right, we're halfway there. That's half the downpipe out and the cats. Obviously this is what was left of, it's literally just hanging on by this corner here. So all this had split, it's literally just hanging on here. So we've just got to now get the last bit out. Camera focus, there we are. Yeah, just got to get that bit out now, and then we can put the new one in. Right, it's out. There was absolutely no way that was coming out in one piece. I reckon probably have to take the prop shaft out, possibly drop the subframe if you were to remove that downpipe in one piece. Luckily ours had split in two. But yeah, that was not coming out of there without ripping this whole lot apart here. So yeah, hopefully the new one goes in a bit easier. Right, so that was a bit of a pig. It's in. We've had to drop the subframe. We've had to drop the subframe. We've had to remove the prop shaft. You can't really see it in there. Yeah, so we've had to remove the prop shaft and basically push it over to the left. And then with the subframe down, the prop shaft to the left, we've managed to just squeeze this pipe in. And yes, it was a very, very tight fit. But yeah, it's in. This has been a right pain in the ass. It's all in. It doesn't fit particularly well. It was cheap, but I think it's touching the body somewhere up there. We just tweaked the heat shield back on the steering rack. So what we're going to do now, just because it's a lot easier, we're just going to smoke test it. So we've got the exhaust bung in there. We're just going to turn this on, fill the exhaust up full of smoke, and just see if we've got any leaks. I haven't got a bunch of confidence in that flange off the turbo, but I guess we'll find out in a sec.
Right, so all good. No leaks, no smoke. It's all sealed. So we're going to get on and we're going to start refurbing the wheels. So yeah, over to that. Wheels, refurbs go.
Right, so the plan was with these to get these powder coated, but it's 200 quid to have them powder coated, and I could paint them for free. So it's 200 quid that could be spent better elsewhere. So I'm gonna refurb them myself. I'm just gonna sand them down now at a bit of 180, get rid of all the marks on them. I've already painted the back of them black, because by the looks of it, these centers are like a black color, and so is the back, and then the faces are silver. I don't know if that's how they should be, but that's how I'm going to do them. So yeah, I want to sand this down. That's the wheel now prepped. So gone over it with 180, then 320. So now we're going to prime it. Normally I would be masking off this, the tyre, everything like that, but tyre's going in the bin, valve's getting replaced. So I'm just going to spray like this, spray the tyre as well. Ooh, look at that. Old school, white walls. Yeah, we're just dusting on light coats at the moment. Don't want to go too heavy for the first coat, because it will run. So what we're doing is nice little dust coat just to give it time to tack. Once that goes tacky, can then start putting on some actual thicker layers. So that will do for that. Okay, so that's had its 5 minutes now. Now I'm going to give it a thicker coat of primer. You're going to have to bear with me because it's kind of difficult to do looking through a camera. So I'm going to try my best. Finish doesn't really matter too much with primer, but what you do need to do is oh my god, fucking rattle cans before that happened. Yeah, is make it as smooth as you can. Just saves sanding down later on. You can get the primer nice and smooth finish. It tends to be so much easier and quicker, although I have got to sand that out now. Right, so we're just using Pro Build XL. This is pretty good. It says Super Build primer, but it's nowhere. I mean, it's good for an aerosol, but it's nowhere near as good as like a 2K properly mixed primer, which is what we've used on this thing. Actually, while we're there, I didn't video this. It's just something I did on a whim. I've resprayed the boot lid now because it was peeling all off around here. There was, you know, crap in here and it just looked terrible. So I painted that now and put the badges back on properly with tape rather than super glue, as they were stuck on with super glue. Polished the rear lights. It's pretty much ending up as a respray now. I've still got to sort this out. This panel here, that's terrible. And hopefully I can get away with just polishing the rest. But yeah, it's looking pretty mint now. Probably gonna have to keep it now. Anyway, back to the wheel. So this is gonna take probably 20 minutes or so to get done, and then we'll crack on.
Okay, so as the wheels are drying, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna get the Miltech hung, ready to start joining the front pipe. Modifying the front pipe to fit the Miltech.
Okay, so we got the Miltech sort of hanging up. I've had to take this mount off here because it's just not sitting right. It's just, I can't get this to sit right. It's touching here, no matter what you do, even if you tweak the pipe, it's still touching. So I think we're gonna have to modify these, elongate these further to bring sort of, to do this, and sort of bring the box away from the subframe. So no matter what you do, it's touching. Anyway, what we're working on at the moment is this front pipe, so I've taken that off. We've got now this. So this is going to be attached to this. I'm going to cut this off, I'm going to weld this to this, weld that to that. So then we got 3" to 2.75, not 3" to 2.5. So this exhaust is 2.75. The original system is 2.5. So we've got to make this downpipe fit the Miltech, basically. So I'm going to get on now and start cutting it up and welding it. Now, the aim of the game here is to, basically, we want to get this welded to here, and then we're going to extend it with the extra bit of pipe we've got here until, well, as far as it needs to go, really, as far as it needs to go to fit properly. So yeah, I'd say we've cut off the 2.5, the step down 2.5. We've now got a 2.75 step down, 3" to 2.75. And normally you wouldn't have to do this if you're fitting this downpipe to a like a normal car that's got a standard exhaust system on it. But we've got a Miltech. Miltech is 0.25" bigger. So yeah, we'll get the welder out, get welding. Unfortunately, this is the joys of welding without gas. Basically, it spits everywhere. It doesn't really matter, we can clean it up, it's just a right pain, but must get some gas. Right, so here it is cleaned up. I mean, it's not the prettiest. It will do, does the job. Just be a bit nicer if they look like that. That's completely different welding entirely. That's done with TIG. This is MIG. It's completely different. So yeah, that'll do. Right, next thing we're doing, we're going to join this pipe to this pipe now. I think we only need about this much. We're just going to weld the whole thing on and then measure it afterwards. So yeah, we're going to get on and weld these two together now. Right, I'm just going to try this. I mean, obviously the tape's going to melt, but what it will stop is the little pieces that are flying off sticking. Well, hopefully reduce it and save me a bit of time when we're cleaning up. So I'm just going to try this. Obviously the tape's going to melt, but it's going to protect it from the spatter. Let's try it. Sort of contained it. A few little bits got through, but they're just sort of picking off. So yeah, I think I'm going to run the belt sander over this, either side of these welds, just to tidy them up a bit. Right, so that's him all welded on. We've got the reducer and then the 2.75 pipe. Looks a bit messy, but it will do. It's all secured. It's just basically what happens is without gas, you get these pops in the welds. So they don't lay nicely. So, I mean, obviously it's never gonna look like TIG, but you can get MIG to actually look quite nice with gas. Yeah, it just sort of makes the beads look a bit tidier, but that'll do, I reckon. Does the job, and gotta look pretty. It's not a supercar. Right, so it's in. This has literally taken me all day. I've ended up having to actually cut, this looks even worse now. I've had to cut this with a V in it, jack it up to get it to come up and then weld it back in place. That's why it looks so crap now. But like I say, it does the job, it'll do. Yeah, this exhaust pipe, still not quite level, but it was like pointing down like that. And this piece was sort of coming right down. It was like hanging way lower than the rest of the car. So I've tucked that up. I mean, there's not much room left there. So I think that's as far as we can go with it. It's just a really shitty downpipe. It needs a little bit of fine tuning and tweaking. I've had no choice here but to use a zip tie just to tweak. It's only a couple of mil, but it's going to annoy me just to tweak the exhaust central. Yeah, because that is the here on these brackets. That's at full adjustment. I could take them down. What I probably will do is take them down, elongate them further so I can move the bracket further. But yeah, that's something that could be done later down the line. Yeah, just got to chop this crap off because I'm going to re-weld that back on because it's nowhere even close to fit in here. So yeah, I'm just going to chop that off now. I think I might drop it down, start her up, check for blows. Right, well, she's running. No blows. No blows. Perfect. Oh yeah, this little bit here, you see I've just flattened it. There was no way, I can't even imagine how that's supposed to fit. So if you look here, it lines up. So obviously it doesn't line up like that, which I don't really understand because this one here lines up, but this one doesn't. It's almost as if it's welded in the wrong place. But yeah, no blowing from there either. Right, let's give it a couple of revs. We'll drop it down and give it a little blip and see what she sounds like.
why. Sounds a bit crap. Yeah, obviously I'm used to revving up that thing, and yeah, this is a 4-cylinder. It's got a nice little turbo whistle to it, but I'm sure it'll sound all right once it's driving. I mean, revving on the spot sounds crap, but I expect once it's actually under load and driving, it's probably going to sound quite good. It's a Miltech after all. So now the exhaust is on, start dealing with these horrible door cards. Oh, God. Christ. Just leave that. I think I'm going to leave that back bit in there, just because it's probably going to be a... Oh, this stuff is just horrible. Look. It's all sticky and... Oh, look at it. It's just disgusting. I hate this stuff. Hate it. But I'm going to scrape all this off now and scrape all this off and then reapply the glue and re-stick it back down. Horrible job. I've done headliners. I did a headliner recently. Redid a whole headliner in the car and it was all like this. It's just horrible. So I've got both of it's clean. I'm actually wearing gloves because it's disgusting. Door card sorted. Bit of pleather, fake leather sorted. So now I'm just gonna spray some adhesive on this. Can't really spray adhesive on that. Ideally you want adhesive on both pieces and stick them together. We're gonna try it with just one because I don't want to, it's just a masking all the door card up. It's near the end of the day, I've had enough. So just gonna stick this back on there. Door cards are done, all glued back in. So we'll get around to fitting those at some point. There's no point doing a video on refitting of the door cards because that's boring. So we'll just put them in and next time you see the car, they'll be back in. Well, I don't know actually. Maybe they won't. We'll see. Probably not. Right, okay, so I've just picked the wheels up from the powder coaters. Yes, the powder coaters, I gave up. I just wasn't going to be happy with the finish that we were going to get from paint. They were too corroded. I just wanted them to look nice. I mean, also the backs of them as well. So obviously these are quite corroded, but you know, that's a million times better than you can get with out of a gun. And obviously it's so much easier because they just get blasted. So now they're looking fresh. Well, factory fresh really. I've got a bit of paint to do the caps with because you can't powder coat plastic. So I've got a bit of the same paint to paint the centre caps with. But yeah, looking pretty good, looking fresh. My main man, Jesus, is on his way over to fit the tyres. His name's not really Jesus, but yeah. There he is, the man himself. The Son of God is here to fit the tyres. Like I said, his name's not actually Jesus, his name's Richard. So if you call Get a Grip tyres and Jesus doesn't answer, don't be disappointed. His name's actually Richard. Right, first drive with the Miltech. Got no door cards at the moment. Probably going to be a little bit noisy because they're still drying from the re-gluing stuff we did. Yeah, so wheels are on. I'll show you those in a minute. But we're just going to go for a drive and see what this Miltech sounds like. Not going to go for a long drive. We're just going to go up the road round the roundabout. Right. Move the seat, and right, that'll do. Get out of the way. Let's go. Definitely hear it whistling. That goes better. It goes far better with an exhaust on it.
The amount of smoke that's just come out the back of this thing's ridiculous. So it needs a right good beasting, I reckon, to clear all the cobwebs out. Yeah, that's got some shift. That's definitely got some poke. Yep. I'm going to go again now. First gear this time. Where's traction control? Shut up. Ruining my fun. Right, let's try that again. First to second. Yeah. Pretty quick. Really interesting to see what powers is actually running. It is, it's got poke. It's quick. Nice! Got a bit of smoke coming out. There's a lot of smoke coming out from under the bonnet. Oh, it's alright. It's probably the oil that's all over the downpipe and the grease. So we greased up the bolts. It's just a downpipe where it's new metal, it gets hot, it does smoke sometimes, and obviously where we lubricated everything on the downpipe, it's probably just that's smoking. But oh, nice! Right, we'll just turn it off, but the smoking's now stopped. Like I say, it must have been just the grease that we used on the studs because they were really rusty, so we used a bit of grease just to help the nuts on. So yeah, it must have all burnt off now. And that's that. Here she is so far. We're getting there. We are getting there. Boot lid resprayed. 2 panels here. The door and the court has been resprayed. Still got to deal with this this nasty panel here. The camera really doesn't pick this up, but it's horrible. I'm obviously going to paint the door as well. So yeah, the wheels, and we've got Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. So an absolutely immense tyre. Just completely changes the car. You put these things on it, changes the car completely. So plans. Oh yeah, the Miltech, obviously you've got the Miltech on. Yeah, so we're going to put, I'm going to order some spacers just to bring the wheels out a little bit. Probably going to go coilovers. Need a wing mirror, need the door trims, need a little spat at the bottom of the side skirt. If anyone's got these bits, give me a shout. I need driver's side door trims, all of them. And I need the little corner piece here. I can't be bothered to repair the other one. If I can get one, ideal. And a wing mirror. Also, any of you S3 guys out there, is this what they're supposed to be like? Because I thought all the S3s or S's from all the years had satin chrome mirrors. So these are like gloss chrome. I swear they should be satin, but maybe they are. And they're solid metal as well. They're actually solid metal, which I found out when I took that other one off. But yeah, so I reckon, yeah, looking at a little bit of lows, some lows on it, drop it down a little bit. I'm going to polish the headlights. Yeah, it's actually looking really, really tidy now. We're getting there. We're getting there. And obviously, like I say, interior is all sorted. We've just got to put the door cards back on. Yeah, this is just looking lovely and fresh in here. Smelling a lot nicer as well. Yeah, so yeah. Look at the state of that. That's filler. Scratches all up here. Look. can sort of see the metallics sort of reflecting in the light. So I've actually managed to catch it on camera now. But yeah, that's the state of the quarter panel. That's why it needs to be repainted. But yes, there you go.
Anyway, that's it. So, oh actually, while we're here, you'll notice something's missing off the R8. The spoiler's finally had it. I had enough of it. I took it off. I'll probably be giving that away. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give that away on the channel. We'll work out some way of doing it. I'll give it away to someone and you can go put it on your Nissan Micra where it's more suited. Yeah, so anyway, that's it for this video. We've got loads more coming on the S3, loads of little bits to do. Like I say, I've explained a bit of that already in this one, but yeah. So don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, make sure you press the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.
Maybe it's not fair when the lights are on and there's no one there.